Nathaniel Atto joins me in studio. Nathaniel, it's been a tough 24 hours for this man. I mean, it's been hectic. How he's standing here in one piece, I don't know. He was busy yesterday following the entire convoy of dignitaries and everybody else involved in the commissioning of the Trust Sports Emporium, aka the Bukom Boxing Arena. It ended with the president commissioning it. He was the MC for the day, and it lasted all the way till about 3 a.m. And like the diligent worker he is, by 8 a.m. he was at work. Nathaniel, this is the picture of what we saw. There are other pictures we'll show you of the 4,000 seater. I heard your report. You said 4,000.
4,000 seater arena.
But I had heard 7,000 capacity. What's the real thing?
Okay, so what it is that, I mean, in the stands you have 4,000 seats fixed. Yeah. But depending on what kind of sport is being played, the inside or the inner perimeter can have an arrangement of seats that can increase the number a little bit.
Okay, so that's what it is. We are seeing pictures now. It's a beautiful place. Nathaniel gave us the live report 24 hours ago. By this time, he was giving us that live report as well. Now, you were inside. Give us an idea of what we didn't see apart from your report.
I saw a lot of people who had the feeling of satisfaction that finally the vicinity was getting an edifice like this. And of course, after listening to all of them, and from my angle as a sports journalist with boxing as my main beat, I realized that there's a lot of satisfaction and there's a lot of heaving a sigh of relief, because there's a glut of talent. The opportunities are not there for these kids to be able to get these talents identified first of all, and also developed at the scale which we would want it as a nation. Yes, the opportunity, the skill, sorry, the platforms are there, but they are not as many as you would expect them to be. Now, when you look at this facility, you'd realize that it's something that the boxing fraternity, and for that matter, the non-football sporting fraternity, has been yearning for a very long time. I'd want to speak to my good friend Yao Sechi now, who is the CEO of Right Sports, who puts together the Sprite Ball. And I'm imagining the next edition. I mean, the last edition held at El Wak Stadium. I'm imagining the next edition in this place. It's just going to be a wonderful thing. Having all of these high schools with their uniforms and the stands and everything, it's just going to be a wonderful thing. And also, it's not just the arena which will promote regular competition, but then the school, which will be admitting, students from the age of 12 upwards. So it means that it's going to operate the JHS system, but with a very comprehensive sports curriculum. And it means that all of these children around the immediate vicinity, let's even not go too far away, around the immediate vicinity, are going to get that platform and that static opportunity for them on a daily basis to be able to develop their talents and get helped with technical expertise to be able to get very far. We're coming from a very disappointing performance at the Olympic Games, and I'm very sure that a lot of people who have a lot of foresight and are starting to think like the way some of us are thinking would want to see what would be able to achieve in the next 4 years or in the next 8 years with a facility like this.
Good point that you raised, Nathaniel, because as Zuma Nelson has said this year that he feels that Ghana's next boxing champion, the world champion, is going to be seen by the year 2020. This will go a long way to do that. He has also said that by the year 2024, we should have at least 3 world champions in 3 different weight divisions. You've spoken about the school that's attached to it. So just to be clear, it's going to be a specialist school.
Definitely, definitely. And also,
so just like we have the football academies where the insistence is on football and sports, this is going to be boxing.
Definitely, and other sporting disciplines. Remember, this arena is not only for boxing. The main idea is inspired by boxing. And remember that there is going to be a Hall of Fame as well at the bottom of the South Stand. And this is supposed to honor all the names and faces who have made boxing and the evolution of the historic story of boxing in Ghana. Now, the other critical thing that we need to also acknowledge is the fact that on all of these stands, the stands have been named with our former world champions. Some of them dead, some of them alive. And so
I saw that in your report yesterday.
A very emotional moment for some of them. I mean, yes, they've been recognized severally on several platforms, but you walk into this arena and you see the name Ike Bazooka Quarter, you see the name Roy Ankra, you see the name, Clute Robertson and all of that, and it gives a certain level of inspiration. I'll give you a little bit from my last visit to Anfield when I visited the home of Liverpool. Now, in the Melwood training facility, when you enter the main administration block, there is a big glass case with the last Champions League trophy that they won, the 5th Champions League trophy that Liverpool won. And that idea came from Rafael Benitez. And the whole concept is that every player who is signed in or signed on by the club walks through that corridor first, and the first thing that hits him is that Champions League trophy. And of course, in club football, in European club football, is the biggest of silverware that you're going to get. So you walk into this arena as a young man, and the first thing you are hit with are these names who have taken Ghana far in terms of becoming world champions. So your focus and your dream is targeting, working very hard to achieve that. So the specialist school is also going to be fitted, will be attached closely to a physiotherapy clinic. Okay. And I'm told that a lot of the specialist physiotherapists who are in Kolebu, which is not too far away from there, are very excited
literally
about the
just
idea.
Across the street.
Yes, because a lot of them have also cried over the years about the lack of focus on that area of our sport, which is very, very crucial, because we just get injuries, people put a bit of ice on, they put a bit of rub on, and they go away. But
herbal medicine. Exactly,
but it is a specialist area which we need to focus on in our sport. So it has to be a total effort, not just discovering the talent, putting them on a platform, oh, they are good, let's go take you to this competition and let's go to a competition away from Ghana. The sports person who's playing the sport also has to be taken care of adequately. Okay. And that's what this facility, is encompassing.
Now, that one key thing is maintenance, and we've spoken about it. Yeah. We know that, and we've also heard, first of all, this facility was built by SNIT, yes?
Okay, so it's a partnership between SNIT and ETC Polska of Poland. Okay. So it will be a joint management effort, okay? The Sports Authority will have nothing to do with this facility.
So just to be clear,
yes,
SNIT is a quasi-government institution.
Definitely.
They are the ones who take care of our pensions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So can we say this, and this is a question a lot of people have asked.
Sure.
Can we say this is a government project?
Of course. Yeah. Why not? SNIT, like you said, it is a government institution.
Yeah.
Okay, so government's interest in this is represented by SNIT.
Yeah.
So it's a public-private partnership.
PPP.
It's a PPP, initiative. You see. So in terms of managing it and maintaining it, there's a comprehensive plan that will be rolled out once all the other units are fully completed. Okay. And when I'm talking about all the other units, the FINA-approved swimming pool is set to be will be ready by January. Okay. Because there's a lot of extra work that has to be done.
Nathaniel, another question people have been asking also is, fine, we've settled the government issue, but the maintenance, we understand that there's a private company that's going to be in charge of it.
Very well. So the private company that has been set up by SNIT, remember that SNIT has a lot of subsidiaries.
Sure.
So the latest subsidiary, which will be taking care of this in collaboration with ETC Polska of Poland, is the Trust Sports Emporium Company Limited, which is headed by Mr. Ohene. It's already set up, and there's a management team. A few additions will be made to it, and they'll get working once every other thing.
Interesting. This idea is what people have been screaming for all the stadia in the country for years.
Sure.
So, for example, if you go to Wembley, Wembley is managed by the Wembley Company Limited, something like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, the other thing we also have to say is that because this money was sourced from SNIT, which is your pension money, my pension money, and your pension money as well, it has to be paid back. So this Trust Sports Emporium Company will make sure that they'll be able to recoup their money and pay SNIT later. Which takes me to the next question. Yes. How will they make sure that they recoup this money? In what innovative ways will they look to recoup this money for the state?
When you look across our edifices across the country, you realize that we find ourselves in situations where a national team is going for an international tournament, and the next thing you hear is the national team has been sent there. They go and camp. They don't have the money. Yeah. So logistics are not taken care of, utilities are not taken care of, and it becomes the burden of whoever is managing that facility.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the case with the Transport Emporium Limited. It's purely going to be run on, is a business focus, is focused purely on business lines.
Pay and play.
Yes, definitely. And you see, we need to move away. I think that as a nation, we need to move away from, that age-long practice here in Ghana where we're always depending on government. We need to start reinventing the wheel as to how we do things. Look, the sports industry that you and I serve in Ghana,
yeah.
Gary, is a platinum mine which is yet to be discovered.
Not to be a gold mine, is it?
This is a platinum, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And you gradually look at the way this facility has come up. Now, Fifi Bunsen and a few, brains in the sports sector, specifically in academia, have also set up a center of sports excellence at Zenith College as a full, unit of operations within the educational institution, a faculty. So you see, gradually, we're identifying it, and gradually we're getting there. So this facility is going to create a certain revolutionary ground to push the way we do things in a different way. We hope
we've answered all your questions. The final one that a lot of people like to ask now, 2 seconds. How much did this cost?
Well, I would have to sit back and do proper computation. And we're going to put that back. I mean, trust us.
We'll look for it and let you know, because always, a lot of people want to know how much did it cost.
It's just like I want to ask you, I know I'm not asking the questions here, but I want to ask you how much you made on your last international punditry job.
Yeah.
Because, in fact, your last two, because, it's quite a number.
Yeah. Because we have established that this is SNIT and this is government. Yeah. People always feel that, if it's government, then it's my money. How much did it cost? Sure. That's a question that we've been getting on social media. We'll try to get that for you if the government gives us that amount. Nathaniel, thank you very much for the analysis on that as well. He was in there, so he's the man to give us all the information. If you want to see the pictures and the videos, please head over to the sports page of myjoyonline.com. It looks really, really good, especially the drone shots from up there. I'm Gary Alsmith. That's the sport for now. The news finishes in a bit with Francis Amma.